You might be unknowingly sabotaging your future health. Imagine living vibrant, strong, and free, only to discover a simple daily choice has been silently eroding your well-being. Especially if you're over 60. I've seen it countless times in my practice. The shock, the regret. What if I told you there's one pervasive habit, often dismissed, that's silently, yet profoundly damaging your prostate? This isn't just about uncomfortable symptoms. It's about your vitality, your independence, your quality of life. Don't let this hidden threat steal your peace of mind. Stay with me, because the final insight I'll share today is the most powerful. Silent saboteur. For decades, we've focused on the big, obvious health threats, the things that scream for our attention with acute pain or dramatic symptoms. But what about the quiet, insidious forces at play, the ones that slowly chip away at our resilience without us even noticing? As a physician who has spent my career understanding the intricate dance of the human body, especially as we age, I've come to realize that some of the most profound damage isn't caused by exotic diseases, but by the mundane, by the everyday rituals we scarcely question. This silent saboteur I'm talking about today isn't some rare environmental toxin or a genetic lottery gone wrong. No, it's far more common, far more accessible, and precisely because of its ubiquity, far more dangerous. It's an ingrained habit, a comfort, a convenience that has woven itself so deeply into the fabric of our modern lives that to even suggest it might be harmful feels almost heretical. But the truth, as it often does, hides in plain sight. And when it comes to the health of your prostate, this truth is absolutely critical for men over the age of 60. We're not just talking about minor discomforts here. We're delving into a pattern of behavior that can fundamentally alter the landscape of your cellular health, influencing everything from inflammation to cellular repair. The body is a masterpiece of interconnected systems, and when one system is under constant, subtle assault, the ripple effects can be far-reaching, impacting vitality in ways you might not immediately connect to the source. My goal today isn't to shock you, but to empower you with knowledge, to illuminate a path towards a more informed and proactive approach to your long-term health, particularly for that vital organ that often gets overlooked until problems arise. The time for silent suffering, for shrugging off subtle signs, is over. We need to confront this silent saboteur head-on, with understanding and with a renewed commitment to our own well-being. Cellular chaos. Imagine your body as a meticulously designed city, with millions of tiny, bustling cells working in perfect harmony, each performing its specific function to keep the entire metropolis thriving. Now, picture what happens when a constant low-grade stressor is introduced into this city. It doesn't cause an immediate catastrophic collapse, but rather a slow, persistent disruption. This is precisely what this pervasive habit does at a cellular level, particularly within the sensitive environment of your prostate. It creates a state of perpetual low-level inflammation, a kind of smoldering fire that doesn't necessarily erupt into acute pain, but rather generates a chronic cellular chaos. Our cells are incredibly intelligent. They have sophisticated mechanisms for repair and defense. But even the most robust defense systems can be overwhelmed when faced with a relentless assault. This habit acts like a constant irritant, nudging cells out of their healthy rhythm, encouraging them to adopt more stressed and less functional states. Think of it as throwing grit into the gears of a finely tuned machine. Initially, the machine might still run, but over time, the friction increases, wear and tear accelerate, and eventually, performance inevitably degrades. In the context of the prostate, this cellular chaos can manifest in various ways, from the proliferation of less healthy cells to a compromised ability to fend off oxidative stress, that insidious process where unstable molecules damage healthy cells. It's a subtle but profound shift in the cellular microenvironment, one that sets the stage for a range of issues that can significantly impact a man's quality of life as he enters his later years. We often underestimate the power of consistent, seemingly minor inputs on our overall health, but the cumulative effect can be truly staggering. Understanding this cellular chaos isn't about fear-mongering. It's about recognizing the intricate biology at play and making conscious choices to support, rather than undermine, our body's incredible capacity for health and regeneration. Inflammation's grip. Inflammation, in its acute form, is our body's brilliant defense mechanism, a swift response to injury or infection. But chronic inflammation, particularly the kind perpetuated by this common habit, is an entirely different beast. It's a runaway train, a persistent biochemical alarm that never quite switches off, and it has a devastating impact on the prostate. When this habit becomes a regular part of your life, it triggers a cascade of inflammatory signals within the prostate gland, transforming a once healthy environment into a battleground. Cells that should be working in unison to maintain prostate health are instead constantly bombarded by pro-inflammatory molecules. This isn't just a fleeting annoyance, it's a sustained siege that can lead to significant structural and functional changes over time. Picture a delicate ecosystem being constantly polluted. The inhabitants struggle, their functions are impaired, and the overall health of the system declines. In the prostate, this chronic inflammatory state can lead to the enlargement of the gland, a condition known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, which can cause bothersome urinary symptoms that significantly impact daily life. It also creates an environment that is less hospitable for healthy cellular function and more permissive for the kind of cellular changes that we absolutely want to avoid. The connection between chronic inflammation and a host of age-related diseases is well established in scientific literature, and the prostate is certainly no exception. This isn't about blaming or shaming, but about shedding light on a process that many men are unknowingly engaging in, a process that can accelerate the aging of their prostate and diminish their overall well-being. By understanding inflammation's grip, we gain the power to loosen it, to intervene, and to reclaim control over our body's incredible healing potential. It's a call to awareness, a gentle but firm nudge towards making choices that truly serve our long-term vitality. Nutrient deprivation. Our bodies, particularly our organs, are constantly rebuilding and repairing themselves, a process that demands a steady supply of essential nutrients. This critical habit, however, subtly but significantly sabotages this vital supply chain, leaving the prostate, and indeed the entire system, in a state of chronic nutrient deprivation. It's not about outright starvation, it's more insidious than that. This habit introduces compounds and conditions that actively interfere with the absorption, utilization, and protective effects of crucial vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals that are absolutely essential for prostate health. Think of it like trying to build a magnificent house with a workforce that's constantly being sidetracked and with building materials that are either scarce or of poor quality. The structure will inevitably be compromised. For the prostate, specific nutrients like zinc, selenium, vitamin D, and powerful antioxidants are paramount for maintaining healthy cell division, regulating hormone balance, and protecting against oxidative damage. When this habit takes hold, it can deplete these vital reserves or create an environment where their benefits are blunted. The body, being incredibly resilient, will try its best to compensate, but this constant struggle takes a toll. Over time, the prostate's ability to maintain its healthy architecture and function is undermined, making it more vulnerable to age-related changes and other health challenges. It's a silent drain on your body's nutritional currency, and the prostate, being a metabolically active and hormonally sensitive organ, feels the impact keenly. This isn't just about what you don't eat. It's also about how certain habits actively work against the good you're trying to do. Understanding this deprivation is a powerful motivator to reevaluate our daily choices and ensure that we're truly nourishing our bodies from the inside out, providing the prostate with the unwavering support it needs to thrive well into our later years. It's about building resilience, cell by cell. Toxin accumulation. Our bodies are equipped with remarkable detoxification systems designed to filter out harmful substances and maintain a pristine internal environment. However, this particular habit places an immense, often unrecognized burden on these systems, leading to a silent accumulation of toxins that directly impacts the prostate. It's like constantly adding more pollutants to a river that's already working overtime to clean itself. Eventually, the system becomes overwhelmed and the toxins begin to linger, causing damage wherever they settle. The compounds introduced or generated by this habit aren't always acutely poisonous, but their chronic presence creates a low-grade toxic stress that the prostate, a highly sensitive gland, is particularly susceptible to. These accumulated toxins can directly irritate prostate cells, exacerbate inflammation, and interfere with the delicate hormonal balance that is crucial for prostate health. They act as disruptors, throwing off the intricate chemical signaling within the gland and making it harder for cells to function optimally. Our liver and kidneys are phenomenal filters, but they have their limits, especially as we age. When we consistently engage in habits that introduce a steady stream of substances requiring detoxification, we divert valuable energy and resources away from other vital bodily functions, including cellular repair and immune surveillance. This chronic toxic exposure creates an environment where cells are constantly under stress, making them more vulnerable to damage and less efficient at regeneration. It's a subtle but significant factor in the long-term health trajectory of the prostate, contributing to its vulnerability over time. Recognizing this pattern of toxin accumulation isn't about instilling fear, but about empowering you to make choices that lighten the load on your body's incredible defense mechanisms, allowing your prostate to operate in a cleaner, healthier, and more resilient environment. It's about giving your body the best possible chance to thrive. The awakening. The most profound shifts in our health journey often begin with a single moment of clarity, an awakening to a truth we might have previously overlooked or dismissed. Today, my hope is that you're experiencing such an awakening regarding a habit that has been silently undermining the health of your prostate. This isn't about dramatic changes overnight, but about understanding the profound cumulative impact of seemingly small daily choices. The habit I'm referring to, the one that disproportionately impacts men over 60, isn't a mystery. It's a lifestyle factor deeply embedded in modern society. It's the consistent and excessive consumption of highly processed, refined sugars and carbohydrates. This relentless sugar load doesn't just impact your waistline. It ignites systemic inflammation, fuels cellular chaos, deprives your body of essential nutrients, and creates a metabolic environment ripe for toxin accumulation, all directly impacting your prostate. My intention is not to condemn, but to illuminate, to show you that you hold the power to change this trajectory. I've shared these insights not to scare you, but to equip you with the knowledge to make powerful, informed choices for your own well-being. Your prostate health is a cornerstone of your vitality as you age, and understanding the impact of refined sugars and carbohydrates is a critical step in preserving it. It's about reclaiming control, choosing to nourish your body, and ensuring your later years are filled with the energy and freedom you deserve. Engaging YouTube comment. This hit home harder than I expected. For years, I dismissed sugar as just a treat, but linking it directly to prostate health, especially for us over 60, that's a wake-up call I desperately needed. So much wisdom in this video. Thank you for not sugarcoating the truth.